Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you might be watching. We're going to look at the four main count functions and why they're in Excel and how we use them. The first thing I want you to take into account is a couple of extra steps that we need to use that will make life much easier. First of all, I'm going to name the cells, and what I do, I select all the cells in the month column and I call them months up here in the name manager. I do the same for the countries. I've called them countries. And in the profit column, I've named all of them numbers, and I've been able to use the numbers and the countries over here in the usage column. As we'll see, we can use names in formulas. So let's see how they all work. Now notice in the usage column where I've shown the example formulas, I've used the names. I use the numbers name for that column to count the numbers. I also use the numbers name in the same column because I wanted to count the numbers and text. It took into account the nil. And finally, in the count blank, I said count the numbers and tell me how many blank columns, how many blank cells there are. There's one here and there's one down here. And finally, I used the COUNTIF function to be able to count the number of countries, of which there are 11. And notice in this formula, it's COUNTIF and the name countries, followed by a comma, followed by an asterisk between two quotation marks. In other words, the asterisk is a wildcard and found all text in all cells. Now you recall that we converted the data here to a table. And incidentally, if you don't want the filter buttons, what you can do is click on any cell in the table, go to the data tab and remove the filter button. And what that does, that removes the filters themselves. Now what we can do, we have that extra line down here, and what we can do is to type data into it. Whoops, we'll type December. And we'll say that was France, and we'll say the number was 260. Now when I press enter, watch what happens over in the results. They all increase automatically because I used the names of the cells and included that last blank cell when I nominated the numbers. So that's very handy if you have a large set of data, convert it to a table and name the cells in the various columns. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to present this for you, and I hope that you are able to use it in your job situation or at home, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.